Have you ever wanted to stack your shapes or work on an angle? Then you need the workplane tool. Let's start by dragging a box shape onto the workplane, followed by a cylinder. I'll orbit and zoom in for a closer view. What if I want to put this cylinder on top of the box? Now I could grab this top cone grip, pull it up in space, click and drag my object over, and then try to accurately get it up on top. But there's an easier way. Let's delete that cylinder and use the workplane tool. We'll grab it from the panel on the side, but you can also use the shortcut key W. And if you mouse over the box, you can see the workplane snaps to the various faces. We'll put it on top and let go. Now you'll see now that we have a temporary workplane that's shown in orange. Now if I bring a cylinder into the workspace, the bottom of that cylinder is aligned to the workplane directly on top of the box. Let's try it one more time. We'll drag the workplane again on top of the cylinder and add a roof shape. To reset the workplane, just drop it anywhere in the empty space and it returns to the default. Now, more than stacking objects, we can also use the workplane to align and work off the side of a shape. I'm going to grab my workplane and put it on the side of that roof. Zoom in for a closer look. Now we'll drop a box into the space, and you see how the bottom of that box is aligned to the workplane, and it's also aligned to the side of that roof. I'm going to reduce the dimensions of this box and change the height. The height is moving perpendicular to that plane. I can also use that cone grip to move this object up and down in space, perpendicular to the plane. I'll reset the workplane by dragging it to the empty space. Now let's say I want to go back in and change the dimensions of that shape. If I start pulling out on the grips, you can see that it skews in a really weird way. Let's undo that. Orbit around, and we'll drop that workplane back on the green roof. Now if I go in, I mouse over this, and I have really good control over those dimensions. If you want to change the dimension of a shape that is on an angle, setting up a temporary workplane is a great first step.